The quiet village of Amdala, nestled between rolling hills and wide rivers, lived a beautiful young woman named Nia. She was admired by many, not just for her striking beauty, but also for her charm and kindness. Her smooth, dark skin glowed under the sun. Her smile could light up the dullest day, and her warm, kind eyes made her the talk of the village. Men from near and far came to seek her hand in marriage, but Nia always turned them down. She enjoyed their company, yet she never allowed any of them to get too close. People whispered about her in the market, wondering why a woman so beautiful and desired had never settled down. But only two people knew the truth: Zala and Kofi, Nia's closest friends. She had confided in them about her deepest struggle, a secret she carried since she was 15. Nia suffered from an intense restlessness, an urge she couldn't control. No matter how much she tried to resist, the desire always came back stronger. She felt trapped in a cycle she did not understand and could not break free from. By the time she turned 25, the problem had worsened. She had sought help from elders, herbalists, and even the village priest, but no one had a cure. Some thought she was cursed, others believed it was just a phase, but Nia knew it was something deeper. She had been with many men, not out of want, but because she felt she had no choice. It left her feeling empty, ashamed, and desperate for a way out. Her parents, unaware of her struggles, constantly pressured her to marry. "Nia, my daughter, you are not getting younger. You must choose a good man before it is too late," her mother would say. But how could she explain that marriage scared her? That one man would never be enough for her, even though she wished it were. One afternoon, while leaving the village market, Nia accidentally bumped into a young blacksmith named Kwame. He was different from the others, kind, patient, and gentle. When he looked at her, she felt something new, something warm. For the first time in her life, she wondered if maybe love could change things. As days passed, Nia and Kwame spent more time together. They talked about their dreams, their fears, and their hopes for the future. Eventually, Kwame confessed his love for her, and Nia felt something she had never felt before: hope. Maybe this love could heal her. Maybe Kwame was the answer she had been looking for. But her struggles didn't disappear. Even as she loved Kwame, the urges didn't go away. She tried to control them, but some nights she found herself sneaking away, ashamed of what she had become. The guilt ate at her, and she hated herself more each time. She feared that if Kwame ever found out, he would leave her. Then, one evening, something unexpected happened. Kwame proposed. He got down on one knee and held out a simple but beautiful ring. "Marry me, Nia," he said. Tears welled up in her eyes as she nodded. She wanted to be his wife, to start fresh. Maybe, just maybe, this would fix her. Excited, she ran to tell Zala and Kofi the news. They cheered and hugged her, celebrating the upcoming wedding. But while Zala was truly happy for her, Kofi felt something else: jealousy. He had always been in Nia's shadow. He struggled to find love, yet here she was, with a man who adored her despite everything. Kofi's envy grew, and soon it turned into something dangerous. He convinced himself that Nia didn't deserve happiness. If she had such a dark secret, why should she get a perfect love story? On the wedding day, the village gathered at the celebration ground. Women ululated, drums were beaten, and the air was filled with joy. Nia, dressed in a stunning kente cloth, stood beside Kwame, ready to start a new chapter. But just as the couple prepared to exchange their vows, something shocking happened. A young boy ran into the ceremony carrying a small radio speaker. Suddenly, a voice filled the air. It was Nia's, laughing, whispering, and then the unmistakable sound of her with other men. Gasps spread through the crowd. Murmurs turned into whispers, whispers into loud accusations. Kwame's face darkened as he listened, unable to believe what he was hearing. Nia's secret had been exposed. Frozen in shock, she looked around in confusion. Who had done this? Her eyes darted to Kofi, who avoided her gaze, but deep down, she knew. Kwame turned to her, his expression unreadable. Then, without a word, he walked away. "Nia, say something!" Zala cried, but Nia couldn't move. The weight of everyone's judgment crushed her. She had always feared this day would come, but she never thought it would happen like this. For weeks after the incident, Nia shut herself away in her hut. Shame, regret, and heartbreak consumed her. She knew she couldn't live like this anymore. She needed help. Determined, she left the village and traveled to the town of Okusoma, where she found a healer who specialized in her condition. It was not an easy journey, but with time, therapy, and the right treatment, Nia began to heal. One day, after months of working on herself, she received a letter from Kwame. He told her that he had been hurt, but he understood now that what she went through was not entirely her fault. He had learned that sometimes people fight silent battles they do not choose. At the end of the letter, he left his number. With a hopeful heart, Nia called him. They spoke for hours, and slowly their connection was rebuilt. Kwame stood by her as she continued her healing, and in time, love found its way back to them. They took things slowly, learning to trust and love again. Eventually, they got married, not as a fairy tale ending, but as two people who had faced their demons and chosen to fight for their future. As for Kofi, he eventually admitted his actions and apologized. Though Nia forgave him, their friendship was never the same.